There's a beauty in the way you're worn, and the sharpness of your thorns, so vibrant in the imperfections. In the pain there's something real, all that anger's so concealed. Still you're lost in how to feel, just let me hold that severed world. The pieces still so cold. All the tears won't bring it back to life, but hate will always grow. There's a beauty in the way you lay, and the way your color fades. You stand out now with your imperfections. Oh, it was never meant to fall apart. It was not supposed to cause us harm. But these days all I do is wonder, is it better now that we can start again? 'Cause in the pain there's something real, all that anger's so concealed. Still you're lost in how to feel, just let me hold. Oh, that's severed world. The pieces still so cold. All the tears won't bring it back to life. But hate waits for
stage, I'd have the courage, yeah. And it's tough to let go even after all of this time. You are the reason why I'm fucked up, was drugged up. I lucked out 'cause I believed in all those lies. That you loved me, you never loved me. I don't know how to accept that what you did still colors me black. And it's got me like, I feel so, I made this void now, you don't look back. And it's got me like, I feel so, let's let you let's let you what you did still colors me black. And it's got me like, feel so made this void now, you don't look back. It's and does those see you smiling when you said to me, don't be a crime, baby. And I've been told that you moved now, even though I still feel the echoes. I'm fucked up and I can't love myself now. I live like I always lied, and I'm not enough, though you're not enough. I just want to shout it out. Got what you did.
Was it all in vain? My world revolved around you, now it's trapped inside the pain. Maybe I should stay in the dark after you had it to a place so far away. Now all those crazy thoughts are going through my mind. A part of me I can't escape. Our love was so sublime. It doesn't make no sense if you're not here again. If the only one is gone, who will be there for me to say? Come back to the
Who this? I'ma pull up in a brand new whip. You gon' try me, that's real stupid. Go all out, it's all I do, babe. New phone, who this? I'ma pull up in a brand new whip. You gon' try me, that's real stupid. Go all out, it's all I do, babe. Pull up in a brand new whip. You gon' get all out, it's all I do, babe. New phone, who this? New phone, who this? I'ma pull up in a brand new whip. You gon' try me, that's real stupid. Go all out, it's all I do, babe. New phone, who this? I'ma pull up in a brand new whip. You gon' try me, that's real stupid. Go all out, it's all I do, babe. Pull up in a brand new whip. You gon' get all out, it's all I do, babe. Pull up in a brand new whip. You gon' get new phone, who this? Somebody get me. 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 Pull up in a brand new whip. You gon' get all out, it's all I do, babe. Pull up in a brand new whip. You gon' get new phone, who this?
Did you cry when I found you in the night? Staying up till 5 a.m. Told me you and him were friends. Woke up in a burning home. Blame myself, I should have known. To stay in our place, sealed our fate, buried in the catacombs. Setting fire to the life we made. Such a fucking waste of time. Said you love me till my heart decays. Guess my darling changed her mind. It talks my heart on night. Too afraid to find that you change your mind from sleepless nights. Was I part of your design? Push me till I broke alone. No one heard my heart explode. It's a suicide dive, just hearing you die and question everything you know. Setting fire to the life we made. Such a fucking waste of time. Said you love me till my heart decays. Guess my darling changed her mind. It talks my heart on night. Darks my heart online.
I feel the gravity pull and it keeps me away. I would rather be here, lonely in space. I've made up my mind, I just wanna be free. I live my own life in a new galaxy. I wanna be weightless in the silence of the night sky. I wanna free fall into nothing at all. I'm taking the moment, starting all over. I wanna be free and live my own life in a new galaxy. night sky. I wanna free fall.
haters been calling, my enemies stalling, my people been balling, my team we been wildin'. Counted 100, we use basic tools. Strategies moving where we gotta move. There wasn't no option, no time on the clock, and no setting it back, and we gotta get profit. I'm standing on top of the glory, the road. We was just rebels and do what was told. When they asked me how we leveled up without us getting stuck, we just muscled up. This game spin, no one gotta tighten up, gotta muscle up, or you will get stuck in this game. I'm ballin' on top of that mountain, I'm on and I'm calling my mama to tell her I'm good. I'm surrounded by family like back in the hood. I was falling from grace, I was misunderstood. Hey, the pressure will sit you right down, but I stood up. I mean what I say and I say what I mean. On the balcony screaming, they just let me be. Be had to slow it down. What goes around comes around. Oh, the frequency different now. I was going through different rounds. Hey, it's crazy, the progress is hitting now. Ain't no sitting and lost and found. I found what I lost and I'm in it now. I was on the wrong path, I admit it now. My only option was to get it now.
I got it on both and I learned from the losses. My failure was friendship, I saw it was ghosting. Started like everyone had certain tools. Only difference is I knew what to do. Now everyone calling when progress is stolen. My stock is slowing, my life getting boring. Ain't no more hitting me up when you lose. When it's time to wake up, see you hitting the snooze.
When they ask me how we leveled up without us getting stuck, we just muscled up. This game spin, no one gotta tighten up, gotta muscle up, or you will get stuck in this game.
Saw you in a field of ice and snow, holding out your hand for me to go. Wasn't scared to see you, always knew it in my bones that something here was bound to take me home. You said you don't know me well, but I'm your angel in white. I'll be close if you come, I'll be just behind you. You're not on the list, but I can get you inside. Use your mind, listen to my voices and guide you. You give yourself over, yeah, you don't wanna fight. If you do, I'm gonna bid you a hard cold goodnight. Baby, hang on to your ticket, you're doing alright. And if you don't trust it, hold it up to the light.
It's like a glitch I can't control. Someone's fucking with my dough. Kinda voodoo shit, you know. You know, you won't find me tongue-tied. No witness on my side. Harmonies when I cry. This stuff makes me nauseous. Losing what they taught us. Gotta tread real cautious. But I go back to default. I go back to default. I go back to Someone's fucking with my door. Kind of voodoo shit, you know. But you won't find me tongue-tied. No witness on my side. Harmonies when I cry. This stuff makes me nauseous, losing what they taught us. Gotta tread real cautious. I go back to default. 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 I go back to when I'm blue, I think of you in your eyes. How they look at mine, so kinda like that. You slow down time and everything's just fine. I was ocean swimming with just wishbone, thinking of my life, the vision drifting by, until I found a lighthouse in your heart, shining like a beacon of bright stars. I was in a life wandering far, until I found a lighthouse in your heart, guiding me out the when I'm scared, I send a flare and you're here in a flash. When I ask, oh dear love, where did we come from? You say that like the sun. I had the will and mission, but the wrong position. I was hoping, praying for a sign, until I found a lighthouse in your heart, shining like a beacon of bright stars. I was in a life wandering far, until I found a lighthouse in your heart, guiding me out the dark. Guiding me out the dark.
boca profissional. Mas que camada legal. Mas que camada legal.
Ahora vale down, guaca show va pa' lanzar. Saco, llamarme la pata, pioco, 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 pioco.
mamada legal.
Legal.